So there is a story I need to tell you. This has been a fucking day. And it all started with my fucking lamp. You might notice that that is not the same fucking lamp that I have normally. You can go back and you can check, but I assure you this is a new lamp. Allow me to regale you with the adventure, the high adventure that I have gone through on this day in time and space. I wake up, I try my lamp doesn't work. Try a new light bulb, shit, that doesn't work either. So I'm like, alright, I'm gonna have to buy a new lamp. So I walk outside to go and get a new lamp. My neighbor, meanwhile, is tarring their roof. They're getting a new roof put on. So I walk outside, and I'm like, hey guys, what's up? And they're like, oh, how you doing? All of a sudden, while that one guy goes to wave for me, he falls off the damn thing and lands in a bush. And I'm like, oh shit, is he gonna be okay? And he gets up and he's like, it's alright, I'm good. And then a fucking board slacks him in the head, and he's like, oh shit, he's really not okay now. But he gets back up and he's like, it's okay, I'm alright. And then a fucking nail gun falls on his head, and he's like, it's alright, it didn't go off. And then it went off, and it just... And he fell, and he's like, oh shit! What the hell? I mean, this is nuts, right? And so this other guy tries to help him, and he falls off the damn roof too. Make a long story short, there are 7 dead construction workers in front of me, and at that point, you're just like... Do I go to the store still, or am I supposed to do something else here? And then my neighbor walks out because she hears the commotion, and she's like, what is going on out here? And I'm like, oh, hey, you might want to back up a little bit, Lindsay. You have I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I think all of these construction workers might have walked under a ladder while carrying black cats while breaking simultaneously 13 mirrors, because I think you should just get away from this shit, honestly. The sheer difficulty of killing yourself has just transcended my own thoughts at this point. I had no idea how this even went down, but it went down. So Lindsay's like, alright, I'll go call 911. He's like, yeah, you should probably do that. So she goes back into the house, and I'm like, well, she's gonna call 911, guys. I had no connection. Construction worker number 1, construction worker number 2, construction worker number 3, I loved you the most. Being that the construction worker number 3 was the guy that waved at me, so I had a close personal connection with him, but the other ones I had no idea. So I'm like, alright, I'm gonna just get going to the store, you know? And so I turn around ready to go into the store, and then they start getting back up, and I'm like, oh shit, are they okay? No, zombies. Just bear with me now, fucking zombies. They're like, ugh. You know, well, almost, they're all zombies. There's 6 out of the 7 that are zombies, because the way, construction worker number 3 with the nail gun, you know, in the head, you know, the other 6 get up, and they're all, you know, like, ugh. But these zombies are not stupid. They can actually pick up hammers and shit, so they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, crap! So I have to run away. I get in my car. I fucking run 3 of them over with my car. However, zombie blood seems to jam up the transmission something fierce, and my car stalls, so I get out. At this point, some other one of my... I mean, this is a quiet town. We don't get a lot of action going on, and then all of a sudden, 7 dead construction workers and fucking zombies. So... You know, they start getting out. I live out in the country, so everybody has like a fucking gun. So my other neighbors start coming out with shotguns, and I think one of them, I think Ray even had a bazooka. We don't talk about Ray very much. And oh, there's this other guy, Mr. What's his name? Fucking Sakura. Yeah, Mr. Sakura. He comes out, and he's actually in a wheelchair, but fucking RPG and a chainsaw. You don't fuck with Mr. Sakura. Okay, anyway, they start taking on the zombies, because, you know, they've been having trouble with this for a while. I mean, they just want to fucking, you have guns in your house, you got a fucking bazooka, you want to use it, right? So, they take out all the zombies, and I'm like, alright, can I go now and get my fucking lamp? But my car is still jammed up from all the zombie juice, so I'm like, shit, man. So, my neighbor Aaron, really swell guy, he's like, it's okay, you can take my motorcycle, and I'm like, awesome. So, I don't know anything about riding a motorcycle, but how hard could it be, really? So I get on my motorcycle and I start riding off. As I'm riding off to the store, all of a sudden, dragons. Yeah, not even fucking just, we're not even in zombie territory, now dragon territory. Okay, and it's particularly weird because as I would later find out, these dragons are actually from Colombia. Colombian dragons. They were being used by some drug cartel to smuggle cocaine into the country. But the thing that's weird is they managed to get from Colombia, South America, all the way to Pennsylvania in the span of only like 7 hours. Okay, and dragons cannot fly that fucking fast. I don't care who you are. That's like half of a fucking continent, right? So I'm like, I didn't find this out until later. This is after the fact. As I'm riding on this motorcycle, I'm just like, holy shit, dragons! And then I start remembering Seto Kaiba, because Kaiba really loved driving the motorcycle, and he's got the fucking blue eyes white dragon shit. So I thought about Kaiba for an instance, and then all of a sudden this dragon lands in front of me and breaks out a dual disc. So I'm like, I gotta stop the fucking bicycle. I get off, I break out my own dual disc, because I always have a dual disc handy, and then I'm like, alright, dragon, bring it on. Now, I hate fucking dragon decks. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. Dragon decks are, you know, it started off as a cool archetype, but now it's like you ever notice, like, there's some Yu-Gi-Oh cards where the text is, like, so fucking long, you don't even want to read it. It's just like, okay, what does this card do? It's like, and then it's like a fucking short story, and there's a lot of dragon cards that are like this. You gotta fucking squint, and by the time you're done reading the entire card, you have forgotten what it started with, so I'm like, wait, shit, what? So, they are a pain in the ass. But, you know, I did manage to win. I used my 6 samurais. I did eventually manage to win. Pulled in, you know, heart of the cards, clutch, and everything like that. Wiped out his dragons. And then, you know, he's like, shit, and this dragon's sad now because it lost its duel. But I'm like, it's okay. You gotta take me to Walmart, and I'll teach you some Yu-Gi-Oh pointers so that you'll be okay in the future. So the dragon drives me all over to Walmart, lands on the fucking roof. A few people are a little bit freaked out by this, you know, dragon landing on the roof. I'll be like, hold on, I'll be right back. So I jump into Walmart. I literally have to, like, shimmy down the freaking skylight, land all cool, and I'm like, all right. You there, sir, where is the lamps? And it was just some old fuck that doesn't work there. So I'm like, you there, ma'am. And it was a college girl that immediately slapped me in the face. I'm like, you there. And then it turned out to be someone that actually worked there. I'm like, where are the lamps? I'm like, aisle 13. I'm like, shit. Bad luck numbers today. So I head over, pick up, you know, I had to wait there, you know, looking at the lamp, you know, trying to figure out which one. That one actually has a USB slot in it to charge my phone. So I'm like, all right, I think I'll go with that. I bought another lampshade. It's actually over here because, you know, you don't know how the lampshades are gonna go. You know, you need to get certain lampshades, you know. So I'm thinking if that lampshade doesn't work out, because you can see it's kind of overly exposed a little bit. So if, you know, because I have to film in here, so I'm like, all right, I'll get this one instead. So yeah, I got this one. And in the process of this, ninja suicide Mongolians. Yeah, they are Mongolians, they are ninjas, and they are willing to commit suicide to complete their task. Storm the store. Just storm it out of nowhere. And I'm like, fuck you guys, I got a dragon. Right at that point, dragon falls down dead. Because the fucking ninja suicide Mongolians are apparently also good fucking javelin throwers. Shit! Didn't even get a chance to name that damn dragon. I was gonna name him something cool, like I don't know, Tutti Frutti or something, but no, it did horribly end. So, I know, that escalated quickly, right? 1 minute you're riding dragons that you just previously dueled in a children's playing card game, and now fucking ninja suicide Mongolians, shit. So, you stop a Mongolian the same way the Chinese stop the Mongolians, and you build a fucking wall. And luckily, I'm an American, and Donald Trump happened to be shopping in this same Walmart at the same exact time. So, it was pretty convenient. So, me and Donald Trump team up, and it's like, we gotta build a wall, Mr. Trump. And he's like, I know everything about walls, Matt, don't worry, we got this, it's gonna be huge. So we start building a wall out of the fucking Walmart stuff, like the shelving units and the stuff and everything like that. We pile dog food and shit. We eventually build a wall, and the Mongolians are like, well, shit, we can't get over this. This is too much of a wall. We can't get over this. So Donald Trump is like, we did it. We did. He did the thumbs up thing. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I don't know why you're doing this with your hands, but all right, sir, we got it. So, I go out the back. I don't pay for the lamp, unfortunately. There was no sales clerk, and everyone else in the store was dead. So I leave, and I had to walk all the way home in the pouring rain. But I finally got home. By the time I got home, the zombie epidemic had been taken care of. There's still a few guts on the sidewalk, but, you know, our community bands together in times of crisis, and they're all cleaning it out there. Not me, of course, because I'm not part of the community. I just kind of do my own thing. But, you know, then I came in here, put that down, and then I made this lapis lazuli, you know, thing, because on the way home, I was being drenched, and I thought of lapis lazuli. And you might be thinking, well, why didn't lapis lazuli show up? And I'm like, well, because she's a fictional character, you dumb shit. I mean, I can't just be walking home and, like, Lapis pops out of nowhere, like, Matt, we can fly home. And, like, come on now, that's a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, that's the story of how I got that lamp.